What's up, guys?
Welcome back.
Yeah, that was not...
Damn, that's loud.
Yeah, I feel bad. Sorry, guys.
Late warning, turn your headphones down.
Yeah. Welcome back to
Turn
Mount
them back
Doom
up now, because now we're going to go back
MDC,
to talking like regular people.
I feel like we don't say the name of the podcast enough.
Yeah, so welcome back, and this is episode 4.
Yeah.
Filming this pretty late on a school night for Carly.
Originally, we still didn't say the name. I want to point that out. This is the Mount Doom Cantina podcast, motherfuckers. Mount Doom Cantina!
What the fuck was I going to say? I already don't remember what I'm going to say.
Me neither.
Like when we started this, we originally intended it to be like, me, Carly, and Boone, and then like a guest now and again. Yeah. But it's so much more fun and so much more entertaining to have these like people and our friends and like to give their input, and they seem to enjoy it. And I mean, we're all pretty creative. We thought we were just funny to each other, so it's kind of cool that people actually watch. Yeah, and I hope like everyone else is enjoying it, and I hope like if you go to the YouTube video, you can type whatever the fuck you want us to talk about. And for our third episode ever, we reached about 120, 130 people, which to us
kind of crazy.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
I don't know that many people.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm pretty stoked about that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So thank you. I hope you're enjoying it.
Yeah,
we are.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun, and we encourage you to start your own podcast, but just know
100%.
We will burn you to the ground.
I mean, I didn't agree to that part, but
we are the competition, and we will fuck you.
Okay. Anyways,
don't even tempt.
I'm gonna re-announce everyone who's sitting. So as you can see, Boone is on the couch with his brother Liam. Matt is beside me.
What's up, guys?
And
finally,
from
after being mentioned. So many times.
3 episodes.
Damn.
Full 3 episodes.
Sean
Boy's here.
Sean Boy, our buddy, our pal.
Yeah.
He's
good man.
Just friends.
Good man.
Just friends.
Just friends.
No further relations.
No further.
If you really want to know, Sean and Carly have been dating for 4 years. I've known Sean for 20 years.
Is that because
Sean and Matt are brothers?
So there's more than a friendship going on here.
Matt sat next to me first in the back of a car. And then I sat next to Matt Monster.
Hey.
And then I sat next to Sean.
So your bond goes deeper than ours.
Yeah.
20
years doesn't
what
beat
the
that.
fuck?
I just want to say, if I was 18 at the time, I think Carly and I would be dating now.
No.
The podcast turns into an all-out brother fight.
Jesus.
Boone and Liam have to start an argument.
We're not going to start shit, man.
There's going to be 2 fights going on at the same time.
Yeah.
If you want to see brothers brawling naked, stay tuned.
What?
But yeah,
You're going to want to watch the YouTube video.
Yeah.
We do have...
That's not going to be on YouTube. You're going to want to watch the Vimeo video.
I am on OnlyFans.
The Vimeo
and so
video,
is this podcast.
Yeah.
The Vimeo video will be censored. You have to pay for the full uncensored version. We have some interesting stuff to talk about today.
Yeah.
That a lot of us are passionate about, or at least question.
And interested in.
And we also have the second segment of Boone's Bodacious Bong Rips with a special guest, his brother. Hey. They're now couch brothers.
Couch brothers.
I bought that couch, but it doesn't belong to me.
It's our couch. It belongs to us.
Yeah.
It's our couch.
I am fully convinced if those two get up, the couch will be stuck to their asses.
Yeah. It is a part of them.
These are brothers who simply just get high on a couch together all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Well...
And just vibes.
I don't know all day long, but, from time to time.
It's all day long for me.
So definitely stay tuned for that. You're going to want to. It's going to be good. Matt came up with the topic this time. Yeah. It's going to be a good one. I think
it's really good.
Should we, when there's bong rips going on, like, and they're talking about it, should we give our 2 cents about it, or is it their topic?
When they're coughing after, I feel like we should give our 2 cents about it.
Let them just brawl out.
Liam's not going to cough. Minutes. He's more of a veteran than I am.
No, I got bad lungs.
He probably will.
I just have to say how nice it is to have 6 people just in a room, just talking.
Yeah. It's great.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah, because
it's fun.
COVID, this doesn't happen.
Don't call the fucking cops on us.
You rat fucks.
I'll kill you.
Oh, we're having fun and you're jealous? Pussy.
Okay, calm down.
Listen, you have the opportunity to start a podcast and get burned to the ground. Do it.
Yeah. We're only here for being roasted. Yeah. That's the only reason.
Exactly.
You fucking rat, you're just jealous, motherfuckers.
You'll be a crispy rat when we're done.
Okay. And you did some research?
I did some research for the first time ever in my entire life.
Yes.
I don't know how. I think I was talking to Boone a little bit about this. I don't think this guy who came out.
Wait, stop! You didn't even say what we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm.
Why are you talking like so in like depth of something?
He's getting there.
No, I'm getting into it.
He's getting there.
Don't interrupt me.
Yeah. What's scarier?
What do you mean?
No life or life?
Neither of those is scary in any way.
Yeah, because I'm here.
So I talked to Boone about this topic. He says it's not that new information. Basically,
I'm gonna pause you again.
Fuck!
Guys, if you hear Austin, we can't control him. We tried.
Austin's playing video games in the background.
We tried to bait him with food.
He gets heated.
Into the shed, so he no longer exists.
Just leave. If you're Austin, if you're listening to us, fuck off.
I love you, Austin.
There are 2 friends and 3 cats who live in this house.
Yeah. Okay, I'm so sorry. Get into the topic. I will shut up.
Okay, so basically, the former Canadian Defense Minister, his name is Paul Hellyer, he came out with some fucking pretty dope alien news.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
We're talking about aliens, and we really needed Liam to be here because we think that's
I love aliens.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard about this news yet.
Okay,
so I'd
good.
love to hear it and
Sweet.
give my input.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Boone said that he heard about this guy a couple months ago, but I think he recently came out with more news.
He did. So going back to a couple of months ago, what he said was that there are aliens that have been... Well, first off, that can pass as human. He referred to them as the tall whites. Was hey,
that's you.
His words.
Oh
his
words. Are you guys aliens?
No, dude, I would honestly not be really surprised if Boone was an alien.
Me neither.
I would be.
I'm a medium build
like, fuck, that's news.
I'm good.
I'm a mediocre white. Okay,
that tall white ginger with an afro, though, that's a fucking alien.
Yeah. That's a rare combo.
He basically says there is alien life. They're here. They respect the fact that this is our planet and that we have the right to run it and do whatever we want to it. But they don't like what we're doing to it.
Yeah, because
and they do warn us. And this guy, like, I'm huge into aliens. I love I think they're very, very possible given the known universe that we know about. It's practically impossible nearly to me. But, he says that they realize that it's our planet. They don't really want to mess around with us, I don't think.
They're just watching us slowly destroy ourselves.
Apparently, they're not too happy about atomic bombs and pollution, and I don't think it's all of them. That's another thing. But I think I was thinking like, oh, maybe their society they really look after their planet. Like their planet is a part of them.
Yeah.
Right. And they're so used to
their heartbeat or whatever.
Yeah, like they're so used to the planet being their fucking like they love it. They love it like maybe their planet is their god, and they see us disrespecting ours, and they're like, "What the fuck are you assholes doing? Blowing each other up and shit? What the fuck?" So they're basically concerned.
We're very violent.
I think they kind of mentioned, or at least what he said, is that they kind of mentioned that atomic bombs and stuff like that, and pollution, and what we have do to our planet actually affects them in a certain way.
Why?
I don't know, but we don't know a lot of answers about the universe.
Affect them how?
I don't know.
A universal way. The balance of the universe.
Yeah.
Fuck up one planet, it has like repercussions or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa, I love that.
So this guy, I guess he's a former defense minister. He is kind of old. He says that originally he thought there was 2 to 12 different species of aliens that we knew about.
Yeah.
And then recently he said, like, his sources tell him that there's an approximate 80 that we know about. 80 different species. He mentions the Nordic blondes and the tall whites that Boone was talking about.
So everyone in Sweden.
Which apparently both of these species can pass off as human like nothing else. Like he says that you'd walk by them in the street and you wouldn't even notice. Like you couldn't tell.
If you're watching the YouTube video, there's a bead of sweat going down Boone right now. This guy knows he's a fucking alien.
He's like, fuck, they're gonna get me.
What if they've noticed I barely said a word in the last 5 minutes?
Yeah.
He's just quiet.
Who can smoke that much weed?
Yeah.
Only an alien.
I know that many facts
lot of
about the planet.
Him.
Yeah.
Yeah, why are you so
why the
fucking
fuck? Yeah. Why are you so knowledgeable,
about?
Boone?
I read a lot of books,
And like
man.
the whole he doesn't want any AI chips, like that's probably
Oh, foreshadowing.
It's like the little alien inside Boone's head's like, fuck!
Now Boone is laughing, but he is terrified.
His smile says fun. His
We got
eyes
him in the
say
corner,
no.
boys.
Oh, you humans and your comedy.
He has to make a phone call after this to his boss. Boone might die.
Yeah.
He gave up
We
his
got
cover.
him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Boone will not be in the next episode because he'll be back in space.
Episode
True.
5. Are we shooting in Area 51? I don't know.
Are we gonna be
no,
in a
you
spaceship?
guys are going to be shooting here. I'm going to be getting shot in Area 51.
Okay, so he says that the Nordic Blondes and the Tall Whites have been around for a while, and that they're working with the U.S. Air Force in Nevada, in basically Area 51.
Of course.
Pretty freaky.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, they're just like, yeah, tall white people.
But like,
But
how could they pass as people? Like, are they
I don't
wearing
know.
a costume?
Like,
Do they have like weird?
Maybe they just look like that.
But
Yeah.
what I was thinking is
a
like,
convergent evolution type of thing.
Yeah, like maybe they're just like ugly people.
but no, the chances
Or
of
maybe they're really fucking hot.
Yeah, you said
Yeah,
tall
or like
Nordic, right?
hot
Yeah.
people. Like, what if they're all celebrities?
Yeah.
yeah,
Notice how Carly said ugly, and then Boone said no, they're really fucking hot.
I guess the aliens are confident.
Boone, this is your platform. Are you an alien?
Tell us the
I
truth.
come in peace.
Matt, you're
What would you do if he just morphed into this giant reptile and just ran up the stairs? Fuck! On all fours.
This guy says the tall, or he calls them. Okay, there's a tall white and the short grays. The short grays are those like stereotypical aliens you see in cartoons.
I love
And
them.
he basically says that they're the image of them in like fucking pop culture or whatever is based off of an actual alien.
Which, to be fair, he might just be quoting Paul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they mentioned that in Paul. If you haven't watched Paul, fucking do it. It's a great movie.
Or Paul might
one
have
of my
just guessed
favorites.
right.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I mean, did The Simpsons say that aliens are real? Because
I'm
it's
sure.
True.
I'm sure there's been aliens in The Simpsons.
But-
got to be.
You know what this made me think about is that the chances of human life being even possible
Yeah.
are so unbelievably slim.
Yeah.
So if there is species that look a lot like us and we can just walk by them, does that mean that the human species on our planet mightn't even potentially be from this planet? And it was brought here as like nearly a defense system. They're like, maybe their planet was just getting destroyed, and they're like, well, we want our race to survive, put it on this other habitable
So
planet.
they're monkeys, though?
The problem with that is.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
did everything else come from?
Are they throwing
But who
themselves in
There's
in
endless
the early
possibilities.
Stone Age, while
Yeah.
there's already
Yeah.
other types
But
of humans
maybe-
around? There's never been only one species of human around until basically right now.
Yeah.
But maybe that's a way for them to be able to convince us that aliens are a far out idea until we're ready for it.
No,
No,
wait
because
a
like
minute,
the thing is, the way
The-
that evolution would occur on any planet.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
just how it works.
yeah.
Like natural selection is a universal. It's got to be a thing.
Right.
Unless you can genetically change things, but that's not the point. It would never be.
Yeah.
It could be close to us, but it would never be us. Like they would always have to be like
Right.
off by a lot. You can't even imagine what they look like. That's how crazy evolution is.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think we're just narcissistic as fuck to think that we would be the only planet
Yeah.
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 in the entire universe.
Yeah.
Like, who do you think you are?
Yeah. Are we like fucking? I honestly, a big turning point in my happiness was realizing that I'm not as important as I think I am.
Mm-hmm.
And
We're really not.
when you have like a fucking,
Have you seen a tardigrade? Sorry.
Yeah.
Tardigrades fucking suck. They're super overrated.
I think we're just
they're
fucking lucky, man. We're lucky that we got the brain we had. and we're the superior species on this planet.
Superior to tardigrades, that's for goddamn sure.
Yeah, tardigrades stand up.
Throwback to episode 3. Watch your episodes in order, fans. There's a 50% chance we're in a simulation, and a 50% chance Evan is stimulated.
I am stimulated at all given times. But yeah, they're not happy with how we're treating the planet. They think we're bad stewards.
Yeah. We are.
And they're warning us. But the thing with this guy was that I didn't really like, which upset me because I like to believe this shit.
Yeah.
He is kind of senile. He is kind of old. He talks kind of weird.
Yeah.
A lot of the video that I watched and where I got my research from, it seemed like he was kind of intending to push an agenda of like being more environmentally friendly, which isn't a problem, but he seemed like, oh, they're warning us, like, stop doing this, we're gonna fuck up our planet, sort of thing.
But if aliens told you to do that, then isn't that what you do?
Yeah. So like, if he is telling the complete truth, then I'll be like, we were all kind of like, fuck.
Aren't like all the crazy people the ones that believe in aliens? Look at the 6 of us in this room. None of us are a sane person.
That's a good thing.
Crazy.
Yeah. No, but it's cool to think about this stuff. Like, we don't know
not
the
crazy enough
possibilities.
to want to be defense minister.
No, not crazy enough.
I'm like, who the fuck's... Yeah, I don't know. But
crazy enough to record a podcast.
Yeah. That's the only thing that I didn't really like about him was that he seemed like he was trying to push an agenda. Or maybe like some of this information was true, but he wanted to kind of use it in a good way. Mm-hmm. Or all of it's true, and like they're actually concerned. I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
But either way, it's really cool.
Yeah, really cool.
And like, I don't know if anyone else here knows, but he is some sort of like Israeli general. Former Israeli general came out a few months back, and he was like, yeah, there's a fucking galactic federation. We are in communication
I heard about that.
with a lot of aliens, and you guys have been left in the dark, so
I buy it.
That was a pretty big... Evan and I were pretty excited when we heard about that.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is...
Like, they just like showed us aliens, so then we can stop talking about it, and Evan can go into space, and we never see him again.
Yeah.
Wow,
well,
goals.
You might not, but I'm going with it.
But the thing is, like, coming out with this information and telling people that the government that you're a civilian of, like you're a civilian of the country that the government governs, and you're basically shitting on them. They're like, they've been lying to you. Here's a bunch of information they have that won't share to you. That's a big liability to make.
But like, why? Why won't they share us? Like, what's the point?
They're starting to. But that's a big liability to make, is to, like, come out and say, like, oh, yeah, basically the government's been lying to you. And would they do that as a form of insurance?
Yeah.
Because they don't want to get fucking hunted down because of the information they know. And they say that, and they're like, okay, well, now if I get hunted down, there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
And the government doesn't want to hunt them down because then people are like, oh, it must be true. Right?
Whoa.
I think by now,
brain blow.
One of the people who knows would have gone rogue and exposed everything.
Yeah,
that's what I
friend.
But there's
Bob
people,
Lazar.
Bob Lazar.
But like, bring up everything.
He did.
This guy,
brought
Bob
a lot of
Lazar. For anybody who doesn't know, there's a documentary, I believe it's on Netflix, about a guy called Bob Lazar, who claims to have been recruited to work at essentially Area 51.
Yeah.
Where because he was like essentially he was a rocket scientist. He was recruited to work on propulsion systems of alien spacecraft that they had at Area 51.
9 of them.
And apparently nobody could make heads or tails of this propulsion system because it wasn't an inertia based propulsion system like we use on Earth, where essentially you have to push off of something, leave something behind in order to go forwards. It was a gravity-based thing where I guess they could control gravity somehow. And as long as he was working there, they never figured it out. Yeah. But everybody listening to this podcast should absolutely, after you finish this podcast, go on Netflix and watch the Bob Lazar documentary, which I don't remember the name of off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's just called Bob Lazar. It's something like UFOs and flying objects.
The beginning is weird. You got to warn people about
that.
Yeah. Also, the beginning is weird, and for some reason they got Mickey Rourke to narrate the thing, and he talks a bunch of absolute bullshit the whole time.
Yeah.
To be honest,
that adds nothing to the documentary.
Just skip it. Just click that little
the
30
only thing
fast
that
forward
Mickey
button.
Rourke adds to the documentary is time.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
and there's like weird scenes at the same time.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna warn you about that. But the Bob Lazar stuff is pretty good.
Yeah, he has genuinely good stuff to say, and this guy's life has negatively changed because of what he came out with. He gets fucking swatted by the FBI and shit.
that must be fun.
But
To get raided all the time.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but like once.
He gets raided.
Once would be fun.
He gets raided like he's been raided kind of on the regular for like 40 years. 50 years
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. Like it's been like I think what was it, in the 80s
Do you
or
think
70s?
he has a cellar
No.
where he keeps his safe?
No, because
Really?
because he
That
gets
secret,
raided too
element.
often.
But information keeps coming out that backs up what the fuck he's saying, which
Yeah.
is really weird.
Again, go watch the documentary. They do a better job of it than we can here,
But
with
what-
pictures and video and all that.
what was
But the more time goes by, the more stuff comes out that proves small parts of his story,
Yeah.
and it really sounds like it might be true.
Yeah. He was
I
working
mean,
on
Boone would know.
he was
Not
working on
biased at all.
antimatter reactors. So like if you picture a big ball of mass like the planet Earth, it creates this gravity like like a gravitational pull into it. Basically, the antimatter reactors are the opposite of that and push shit away. And it basically uses that to push the vehicle for wherever direction it wants to go. But the problem with knowing about these things is that, and the way Bob Lazar kind of fucking described him, he's like, if you plant a fucking nuclear reactor in like the 1500s where they didn't have TV or even electricity, they would open it up and fucking all of them would die. And they don't know what the fuck this thing is, or like, well, how do we operate with this thing?
Yeah.
They would die from radiation poisoning. And they're like, with this antimatter reactor, they're like, we don't know what to fucking do. Our technology hasn't caught up with this. How do we treat this? How do we learn about it? We don't know anything about it. It's all alien language to us.
Yeah.
So, like, if we got some help, that would be great. So, aliens listening to the MDC podcast, please help us out, man.
Yeah.
We're
All of
ready.
Boone's friends,
give us a hand.
hey.
Don't help us out, man.
Yeah, help us out.
Corona,
Tell us the answer.
I think Corona was a ploy to get us really bored and like ready for anything. And they're like, "Oh, here's aliens."
Yeah. Yeah, they should have just done like 2 months of this, because I was bored after like a day.
I'm like, please give me some fucking wacky information.
Yeah.
Please.
Don't make me start the podcast.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I want to hear more from you guys. What do you guys think about this whole alien thing?
I mean, I like to think I'm a pretty logical person, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't just take things at face value.
Yeah.
I like to check to make sure things are true.
Mm-hmm.
And I totally buy this. Like,
Yeah.
everything this dude has said has been backed up.
Yeah.
And just looking at the universe itself, it's like, there has to be more than what is
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
here.
Like our brains aren't even capable of even imagining the extent of what space reaches.
No.
And people are like, yeah, we're the only ones.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
Which is narcissistic as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is meteors fucking going by
I know.
that we have tested, and they have all the chemicals needed to support life. A fucking meteor.
Yeah.
That's a meteor, dude. Not a planet. Not a habitable planet. It's a meteor. And we're like,
I
yep,
would
we're the
love
only ones.
to live on a meteor.
And I think if we think tall whites are real, Boone's a tall white.
We
Yeah,
haven't.
me and Matt are just sitting here staring at Boone, and like the more Evan talks, the more we're convinced Boone's the alien. And whenever Boone says anything, he's like, "Yeah, aliens help us." Like the Bob Lazar documentary, that he's like, "Yeah, they have like photo and video, which we can't do." I'm like, "But we're filming Boone right now."
Yeah, how do you feel? This is why the podcast is going to take off, because we got a fucking alien.
He's gonna watch his pupils and see if they blink sideways.
With the lizard eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You seen those videos?
Yeah.
Like
Dude,
Justin
I-
Bieber blinks
I
sideways.
absolutely love those videos. I can't get enough of them.
They're so
I
funny.
cannot get enough of videos of high-ranking politicians like fucking, I don't know, Ted Cruz or Nancy Pelosi or whatever, and it just like zooms in on their eyes and they blink sideways. I love that shit.
French guy!
Oh! The French guy!
Does anyone else need a drink?
Yeah, fridge guy, hit me up.
Sweet.
I'm good for the time being.
Pow.
Thank you.
Still got some.
See, people are realizing the importance of having a fridge guy.
What?
It's very needed.
Yeah, what?
No, listen. I was on board with Fridge Guy from day motherfucking zero. Before the podcast started, I was on board with Fridge Guy.
Okay, so have you guys said your piece on aliens?
Yeah, I mean, we can get more into it when more stuff comes out.
I have one thing to say.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just to play devil's advocate, I guess. It's possible that this is all bullshit. Have you guys ever heard of the Great Filter Theory?
No.
Yeah.
No. So, you have? So there's a theory basically that, like, the reason we've never come across alien life is because, like, before we get to the point of, like, galactic travel, like, there's something that stops every race.
Right.
And, like, a common theory of what it is would be AI. Like, as soon as we invent AI, like, obviously every society builds towards, like, creating, like, a simulation of the human brain, right?
Right.
Then it just, like, fucks everyone up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's possible that there's no alien life out there because, like, you can't get past your planet, basically.
Yeah. You just go a little...
So
okay.
In that case, there would still be alien life out there, but none of it's, like, flying around.
Yeah.
And you have failed level 1.
But there's the Pentagon.
To be fair, I will start this off by saying you can't trust shit the Pentagon has ever said ever.
True, yeah. They are the government, so we gotta take whatever they say with a grain of salt.
Even more, they're the fucking Pentagon. The whole point is to keep secrets.
Yeah.
And sometimes you keep secrets by telling lies.
But other than Liam's theory, why else would there be a reason for them to fucking tell us? Like, basically, they came out with these 3 videos. They're like, these were taken by people who work for the government. We don't know what the fuck these vehicles are. They go really fast and turn on a whim, and they're fucking spectacular.
Yeah, that's like the most solid evidence, I think.
Yeah, and they also said, like, we have a UFO that wasn't built on this planet.
And the one alien in the room says,
yeah,
we keep secrets by telling lies.
If you're watching the YouTube video and you might have heard me and Matt snickering to each other, it's because we're both staring at Boone.
Boone's a fucking alien.
And he keeps doing weird things and saying stuff that makes me believe that he is.
Yes. Man, I had to go and bring up the tall whites.
Yeah.
That was your mistake.
Maybe that's why Boone's like, he attached to me as my best friend because he knows how open I am to aliens.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's going to be able to spring it on me. I'm going to be like, sweet!
Who the fuck is that tall, that pasty, that knowledgeable,
Gingers, man,
and that fucking good looking?
And that fucked up. Jumping in. Do everyone say what they need to say about aliens?
Yeah.
Can I share 2 theories?
Yes.
We've talked about this a million times.
Science for Sean!
Yes, exactly. Well, this isn't really science. This is more philosophy.
Yeah.
Philosophy with Sean!
We've talked about this. I don't know if you've heard these, okay? And for all the listeners, too. So the first theory is that we're just super early in the universe, right? Because we only have one sample set of life being created, right?
Right.
On Earth, which took you said 2 billion years after Earth formed?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know if that's quick or slow or what.
Yeah.
So given that the universe is like 13 billion years old,
Yeah.
we might just be really early to the party.
Yeah.
We could, we have no way to prove it, right?
Yeah.
We could just be the first ones here and there's more to come later.
Yeah.
So that's kind of...
Yes,
Alright,
Boo?
Brandon,
You have
Alien
a
wants to chime in.
I just want to point out that doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense given the fact that there are planets and solar systems that we know of that are a lot older than Earth.
But do they have habitable planets?
Yeah.
We don't want to hear your opinion, you fucking alien scum.
The planets are habitable, but were we just super lucky to have
we might just be
generated
early.
life early?
Like, we might not be first,
like,
but we could be, 80th and not, a millionth person.
Okay.
Like, what if
that kind of thing.
What if it normally takes 100 billion years for life to form, and we just so happen to create super early? Like, we can't.
And then
there's no way to really
multiple
tell.
100 billion years.
I know. I'm just throwing a number out there.
See what I'm upset about. Me and Boone watched one of the newer Star Trek movies recently.
Excellent.
And the start of it opens up with Spock and fucking Captain Kirk running away from an island that they expose themselves to this I guess they're indigenous to that island, but they're not advanced enough.
They're basically a Stone Age society.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
they're intelligent tool users. They've got a society and religion, but they're basically in the Stone Age.
And basically Spock and Captain Kirk expose them to aliens, which are them, and a spaceship, and they're like, that's what I feel like we are. It's like we're not. Well, we're like we're getting there, but
it's like that little island in like off the coast of
Sri Lanka.
That's
That's my next theory.
North Sentinel Island.
Yeah.
That's your next theory.
Yeah. Give the
you
next
animal.
Do it.
You alien. So fuck you, alien. This island is full of like this primitive tribe of people. Who've been, I guess, separated from the rest of humanity for like thousands of years.
Yeah, pretty far from the main.
And they just have like spears and bows and arrows, like very primitive. And a lot of people just say, leave them alone, right? Like some people want to introduce them to the modern world. And
they also have a very poisonous plant on their island, and they kill everyone. It's very interesting.
Yeah, some people
everyone
say,
that goes there, dead.
Most people say just leave them alone, right? Like they have their way of life.
Right.
Just leave them be. Like don't introduce them to all these diseases we have and totally ruin their lives with all the stuff they could never understand.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
They only let like this one girl and her like she was a news reporter and she went there and they trusted her because she brought like some sort of thing and she wrote an article about them and she says that we should just leave them alone. So they know that we exist, but they think we're also small because they don't know how big the Earth is.
Whoa.
So that's the theory about the universe that we're like that island.
Yeah.
We're super primitive.
Yeah.
There's so much. There's this whole big connected galaxy of aliens and shit. They're like, leave those idiot humans alone. Like they're just so simple. Just don't bring them into.
They're like iPhones.
Yeah.
Been there.
fucking MP3 players. Fucking 8-track.
Floppy disks? Oh god, dude.
Floppy dicks.
We're in the floppy disk era. It's like it's like the Stone Age, but floppy age.
I need to give out shout-outs. I totally forgot.
Shout-outs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout-out to Natalie for taking my shift so I could come here.
Natalie, I heard you found it amusing that I don't pronounce your name right, so hi, Natalie.
And I want to shout out all the United States for losing Trump as their president and getting a new one.
Woo!
Yes.
He made a statement, Laven. I seen a picture of like all these other presidents like handing over the presidency with a handshake.
Yeah.
So he hands it over with a riot.
Yeah, he goes to Florida. He's fine. He wants to start his own party. That's cool.
As of today, I think he's done. Biden is the 46th president.
He's done. He's officially done. He's out.
And I'm gonna stick to my opinion of both of them are absolutely fucked, senile pieces of shit. They should not be running a country.
Well, I always tell people, like, I think they are just like, okay, Biden, you'll be president, and then we'll assassinate you.
Yeah.
And then, they'll have the first woman president.
Yeah.
That's pretty common knowledge at this point.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I don't think anybody expects Biden to last more than
how
6
dope is this chick though?
She's the best.
The first black woman and Asian vice president ever.
And she could be president if someone just, Biden.
She's also an alien.
I love
honestly,
her.
he's gonna divski pretty soon, I think. His mind's pretty fucked.
He'll self-assasate.
Yeah.
By dying.
The vice president is Boone's wife.
Anything is better than what they had. That I know of.
I'm gonna be taking you to court for slander over that one, Matt.
What did Matt say?
What did you say?
I said the vice president is Boone's wife.
Disgusting.
Because they're both aliens.
I'm gonna put it on record.
Oh God.
Not the world's biggest Kamala Harris fan. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, thank you. Moving on. It's time.
It's time.
Dude, you want to announce the segment?
It is time. No, Matt is introducing the segment.
You're gonna say the whole name?
Do you know the name of the segment? The name?
It's Boone's Bodacious Bong Rips with Brother Liam. Beliefs on the couch.
Yay!
We got round 2, baby!
Yeah, Matt came up with the topic this time.
Fat bowl? That's a fatty. Hey man, we gotta get 2 rips.
Fat bowl ready!
Alright, you go first.
Alright, so Liam, basically the rules are, or not the rules, but as you guys take the bong rip and it's in your lungs, I discuss, or I just, Matt, sorry. Matt tells you the topic.
Yep.
Well, it's in Liam's lungs or Boone's lungs?
Well, it's Boone's Bodacious Bong
Boone's
Rips
Bodacious,
with
so-
special guest Liam, so yeah, with Boone.
No, make it Liam.
Why?
You're gonna
You want to be high
I'm gonna
already.
have an extremely long coughing fit.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a good plan.
That's a good point. We can talk about the topic for a second.
And here he goes. The bubbles are popping. So what should, this is what we need to figure out, is what should we talk about?
Well, we'll just talk about
Boone is
some
taking a
stuff.
bong rip.
Don't. Oh no, Liam's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
We can just build up how awesome the segment is going to be.
Wow, Boone, good job.
Yeah, so we have a pretty good Matt came up with a pretty good topic that kind of ties into what we were just talking about a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to hear both of the brothers' opinion on all the Apollo missions, all the missions to the moon. Tell me what the fuck you guys think about that. Do you believe it's real? If so, share your thoughts.
Yeah.
All right. So, Evan, do you want to go first while Boone's just coughing?
Boone, I know Boone for about 7 or 8 years. Boone's into his conspiracies. He likes them. He finds them intriguing. They're very cool.
Yeah.
Not really. Don't like listening to them. I'm joking. But as far as I know, he's looked up this fucking fake moon landing shit.
Yeah.
A good bit.
It's a pretty well-known conspiracy
And
theory.
I want to hear Liam's his kind of fucking approach to it
And
too.
hold
What do you
on,
think?
little brother Liam took that rip as a chance. Boone's dying,
Boone's dying.
and Liam's just like, let me hit my vape too.
Double it up. Liam's like,
Liam's chilling.
okay, boys, is it time?
Take it away.
What was the question?
I want to know all your opinions on the Apollo missions.
Yeah.
Do you think they're real? Has man
Yeah.
been on the moon? And if so, what do you think about it?
Did they fake the moon landing? The original one, to win the race.
The original moon.
No, I don't think they faked it.
You don't
Because
think
you can
so?
see them jumping around in the suits and shit. It looks pretty real.
Are they just
Yeah.
wires, though?
Green screens.
They're not just...
He's got a good point, guys.
or not even green screen sets. Like, you guys see what they do for movies.
So
they
it-
create the moon. It's not that fun.
Yeah, but it
This is
wasn't
1969, right? It,
Hey. 69!
Hey,
it couldn't. It could not have been a green screen.
wasn't there like people at the launch?
Yeah. There
Well, they're
were
saying
people-
they launched it, but I think the whole
The,
theory is that there weren't people on it, actually.
Well,
Oh.
the big one, because there's footage from the inside of the shuttle, or excuse me, from the inside of the from the fucking rocket. You know what I'm talking about.
the cockpit.
cock.
Anyway,
Tit.
Jesus. Yeah.
Jesus was there?
Jesus was there. Wow.
Okay, first guy walks across the moon. Who set up the camera?
Yeah.
The aliens.
Yeah.
Boone?
The Transformers.
I'm pretty sure.
Megatron!
I remember that one. That was good, actually.
Yeah.
So, let me back up
Yeah, it's
Back
Boone's
up
thoughts. We have to
a
stop.
minute.
Okay, Liam's thoughts? While Boone collects himself.
Well, didn't the Mythbusters test this? What
Yeah.
did they say?
I watched that
They-
one. They tested the running on wires, whatever. They couldn't get to look similar to the actual video from the moon.
Well, if the Mythbusters can't do it,
Yeah.
They also
Then it's
tried.
not.
Yeah, but they're
They
they're
took
like
it-
5 guys. It's like the government who was running the other one.
Yes.
They tested
Yeah, I
the
guess so.
flag waving.
but
right?
they did it like
So yeah,
20, 30 years later, so the
Okay.
technology's way better.
Okay, humans, let's let Boone talk in his
Yeah, sorry,
Boone's
yeah.
thoughts.
I feel like you said humans because Boone's an alien.
so the main like fake moon landing theory, which I don't really buy, by the way, is that they actually did launch the rocket, right, with people on board
Okay.
in the module.
Were the people alive or dead?
They were alive.
Oh.
Oh.
Damn.
Then
Launching corpses
they-
into space.
essentially they just put the thing up into orbit,
Okay.
and it orbited the Earth a couple of times while they played a faked scene of actually landing on the moon. so that basically they did actually go into space, but they never landed on the moon. Is the theory?
Yeah.
Because
and
why?
What's that?
Because why?
Well, the main thing I remember is that there's a shot that's supposed to be. It's allegedly taken with a camera pressed against the window, looking at the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But there's no recognizable land masses on it, right?
This is talking so slowly.
Also, we know it's fake because the world's flat. Like, that's
Yeah,
real.
exactly.
Oh
Okay, no, we're not going there.
That's next episode.
I'm talking real slow. This is difficult. I'm
Yeah.
trying to. Yeah.
No,
It's
okay.
good weed.
It is very good weed.
Liam seems fine.
Man, I got like the end bit.
I probably took one.
Stock that thing up.
I'll take another.
I want Liam to be high as fuck too.
That's next time.
Anyway, the way the conspiracy theory goes, there is in the shot that's supposed to be with the camera pressed against the window, something passes in front of the camera, which is supposed to be evidence that it's a video of the circular window from a distance backwards, as in not pressed against it, so that the a portion of the Earth is taking up the whole shot.
Yeah.
So basically,
What was in the so like the thing moving by was a reflection in the window.
no.
I think what you're saying.
So basically, allegedly this shot is taken pressed against the window, but the conspiracy theory is that it's taken from farther back, and that the thing passing in front of it is another astronaut.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
This would mean that what you're seeing in the shot isn't the Earth surrounded by black space; it's the window with a portion of Earth surrounded by dark interior of the shuttle. Right?
Gotcha.
This means that they're actually closer to Earth than they're supposed to be,
Yeah. That makes sense.
as in
Interesting.
they're orbiting.
Damn.
Wow.
Whoa.
Freaky.
So,
So that's-
you do not believe in the moon landing.
I do believe in the moon landing.
Yeah.
I'm telling you the conspiracy theory.
Okay.
Okay. Nice.
Actually, want to know some really good
He'd know.
evidence that I heard for it?
Yeah.
So, do any of you guys know what NVIDIA is?
It's
It's this physics,
yeah.
this
It's
physics software for like video games and
okay.
shit, right?
Yeah.
They made a simulation of the moon, right?
Yeah.
With all the moon landing stuff on there.
Mhm.
And they were able to prove, like with their whole physics simulation, that the direction of the light coming from the sun was unable to be mimicked in a studio. Just because if you think in a studio, if you have a light, shadows are going to go outwards from objects, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Where if it comes from a light source like the sun, like really far away, everything's going to be parallel.
Mm-hmm.
So they were able to analyze all the footage and show that the shadows were all in parallel, which couldn't have been done in a studio.
Yeah.
There's no
Okay,
there's
yeah,
no
yeah.
setup of lights you could do in
Yeah.
a studio that
That's
could mimic that.
Yeah. Nvidia's awesome.
And yeah, they did that with a freaking like software simulation, which is pretty
Those guys are
crazy to
smart.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I learned a pretty crazy fact. I don't know if I know Boo knows it. I don't know how real it is, but basically, I think humans think the fucking moon is a lot closer than it is.
It's not. Close.
Every other planet in our solar system would fit in between the Earth and the moon. That includes fucking Saturn and Neptune and shit, and fucking Jupiter. Jupiter's like 12 Earths across,
Damn.
dude.
Yeah.
Jupiter's pretty
The
goddamn
moon's fucking yonks away.
Yeah.
It's a fucking goddamn.
Yeah.
It's a drive, you know.
I mean, I could see how that's shocking for you, Evan.
big. It's a real jaunt.
We should take a road trip.
Evan, it's a real jaunt.
It's quite far away.
Road trip.
I thought
I
it
got
was
some
like-
more space facts. About
Yeah.
the moon.
Yeah.
I thought the
Tell
moon
us
like
more
that. So yeah, everyone,
science.
whenever you see pictures, you always see like the moon, like there's the Earth, here's the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like here's the Earth, here's the moon. Like it's super far away, and like on the other side of the spectrum, the ISS station is so close. Like we think that's like, oh, that's like way up in space, right? One analogy I heard that if the Earth was the size of an apple, the ISS would be orbiting at a distance that is the width of the skin of the apple.
What?
It is so close.
Jesus.
So
it is
close.
So close.
That's terrifying.
Dude,
Wow.
that's nuts. Do you know? Wait.
Fuck,
Like,
live on that thing.
it's barely up there in like relation.
In relation to this apple, how far away is the moon?
Ooh,
Jaunt.
that I don't know.
Is it
I thought the moon was like 3 miles away.
3 miles.
3 miles?
3 miles.
No, dude.
You climb into 7-Eleven. You climb into.
ISS is like 3 miles away.
You get in your spacesuit and you go for a morning jog and make it to the fucking moon from the station, according to Evan.
The reason why 7-Eleven is always the same, which is another theory that everybody
Sev
has.
is on the moon.
The ISS
Sev is the
right
moon.
Yeah,
3
like
miles
every
away. Nobody give me
Every
a-
Sev has the same stereotype ghetto-ness.
every single block you go, there's a Sev.
Yeah.
So there must be a Sev on the moon.
Yeah.
Sean is convinced, he's told me this before, it does not matter what neighborhood you're in
Nope.
and how nice it is.
Nope.
If you pull into a 7-Eleven, you're in the fucking ghetto.
I believe
Yes,
that
is
theory.
true.
Yes.
And
so
nicest
true.
area in
Definitely.
town.
Pembina Highway
Ghetto.
has such a great example because there's a nice Scotia Bank
My school.
and there's U of M's nearby, Sobeys across is a Planet Fitness, and you pull into the 7-Eleven and
There's
you're in the
someone
north end
smoking
of
crack.
Winnipeg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time.
I'm selling
Because there's
cocaine.
always fucking potholes.
It's
Yeah.
like it's made like there's different levels
It's
of
the yellow
concrete and
lines
shit.
that you can't see because they're all faded.
Yeah, it's really even the Sev. Like we're in a pretty decent neighborhood. We're in a good
Parking
neighborhood.
lot's set at like a 25-degree angle.
We have a Sev up the street. Some fucking weird shit happens there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dude, Sev.
Again, the parking
You
lot's
almost-
at like a 25-degree angle.
Okay, but this isn't that good of a neighborhood.
Yeah, it's not the best neighborhood.
Yeah, but
But
it's
it's
like
pretty good.
It's like mediocre.
It's not bad.
yeah, not much happens here. Like we used to live. If anyone out like people who don't live in Winnipeg, Winnipeg has some fucking like sketchy areas.
Yep.
True.
We used to live on Osborne, which is like, to us it's pretty mediocre, but some pretty weird shit happens there. The fucking-
Osborne's pretty messed up. I've seen some weird things
It's
leaving your
a
house.
little sketch. But
It's a
not
little
that
sketch,
bad.
but for 3 guys that were living there, it wasn't really that bad at all. We did-
Ozzy Osbourne.
the Sev there has the same fucking vibe as a Sev here.
All the Sevs
To
are
me-
the same.
Yeah,
It's weird.
that's true.
It's really weird.
And I
That's
want to
true.
say, it's not even just driving in, it's walking in.
Oh yeah.
On Pembina, I used to bank at Scotiabank,
Yeah.
and there's Scotiabank right across the street. I took out some money, and I'm like, fuck it, I guess I'll get a Slurpee, I'm here.
Yeah.
And I walked across, and suddenly I'm scared. I'm looking over my shoulder. Who's about to fucking attack me? Because I'm in the 7-Eleven fucking parking lot.
You could get shanked.
It's every 7-Eleven.
Maybe 7-Eleven maybe 7-Eleven is run by aliens.
Wow.
Oh,
Boone?
shit.
Weigh in, Boone.
He's like, oh shit,
Oh,
they
man,
know.
I don't know.
He's like, fuck, I do work at Sev part-time.
That reminds me, when Boone walked into a 7-Eleven with illegal drugs, and Evan said, just let me take the backpack. And Boone's like, no, it's cool. Why was it cool?
Yeah.
Boone owns 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
What?
He's like,
It was cool because what 7-Eleven employee asks you what's in your backpack?
Yeah, they deal with people who have
Yeah, they don't give
backpacks
a
all the
fuck.
time. Yeah. Do
so
you
many,
see the people that come out of
7-Eleven
store?
worker gives a fuck what their customers look like.
pretty much every Sev I've gone into, I've experienced someone stealing from. They don't give a fuck what you got.
No, they're
Most
like,
of
"Stop, no."
most of the time we go into Sev absolutely fucking just fucked off our tits.
Yeah.
Most of the time we go in there looking for snacks because we got the munchies and we're absolutely ass blasted high and they don't give a fuck. They actually try to make more conversation with you. So like they're kind of interested. They're like,
Yeah,
Oh,
just to make their shift more
yeah.
interesting.
Like there's one guy on Osborne that working there and he kept asking me questions while I was high. I'm like, dude, I don't know how to answer this right now. I'm so high. Like, I just want snacks, man.
Just fun for him.
Yeah.
Okay. Did everyone have to say their piece?
Yeah.
You got all your theories out?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay, it's time to move on to the scary topic.
We need to get into AI. Not necessarily AI, but AI involved in biology.
Yes, like putting a chip in your head, or in your ear, or in your eye.
I need everybody's opinion quick. I'm going to start off by saying I do not think this is real. I have heard a conspiracy theory that there is a chip in the COVID vaccine. I don't think it's true.
That's not true. No, that's not true.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
Boone?
Or
I also don't think that's true.
Thank you.
I have also heard that.
Yeah,
so if you believe that, fuck you.
Yeah,
you know why I think
It's
that's
a little
dumb?
chip, dude.
Yeah.
Why that's especially dumb?
Yeah.
Everyone thinks that, okay, they're going to put these chips in the vaccine to track us, right?
Yeah.
Everyone on planet Earth carries a phone in their pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
With
could do it
location on
anyway.
at all times.
Yeah.
People are worried about this
Yeah.
chip. It's like...
You got it in your pocket already.
You're texting, you're sharing your location at all times. You have all your personal information on your phone.
Yeah.
They
They don't even think about that.
Yeah,
No.
they don't need it, dude.
They have credit cards. They have your mark.
They know where
Yeah.
the fuck you are at all times, unless
There's
you're out in the
no need
wilderness.
to chip you.
You're at home and you're like, "Oh, I'm not getting a tracking chip on me. Let me share this on Facebook."
All right. Yeah.
So, Boone is, and we actually consciously made the decision.
Yeah.
We consciously made the decision to do this after Bong Rips.
Yep.
So we could get more emotion out of you after you're already high.
The schedule for this was very important.
And the
because
thing-
Boone's face right now is scaring me.
Yeah. You can't tell already. I'm drunk. So
On a Wednesday.
I support AI.
Me too.
In the brain.
In
And
the brain.
All
Boone does
of the
not.
humans are okay with AI here. All the humans. There's one
Yeah, there's
tall
one.
white
Wait,
alien.
There's
Fucking
one
not.
fucking
You guys
alien
are
that's
you
not
guys
so
are
with
okay?
it.
You guys are okay with AI in your brain?
Yes.
It depends on what it is.
I am with Boone. I'm against that.
Thank you,
I didn't
Sean.
think you guys were with
Okay,
it.
so
What do
we
you
have-
mean?
we have-
Okay.
Okay, because what was it? You heard that someone was making like a chip that plays music.
Yeah,
I
okay.
would get
We have a
that.
debate going, okay? So this is good. Boone and Sean are on. Liam, what's your opinion?
I think it depends. Like, I don't want AI in my brain either, but I get the music thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
the music
I
thing
think
would be
no
cool.
circumstance.
Okay.
Okay, but they probably say, "Hey, we'll just play you music."
Yeah,
And then they
you
take
don't know
over.
what's happening in your own brain.
Exactly. And if they
But that's the
if
risk
they
for
have to
it.
stick it in your it's got to get implanted somehow to work with your neurons. I don't know how that would work,
Okay.
but it would have to do it. That's a lot of fucking trust
Oh yeah.
If
to
it's
put in a little.
Yeah.
if it got
chip
put
that
in your
someone else
brain when
programmed.
you're born, how would you even know? We could
You
all have AI in our brains right now, and we wouldn't even know.
Be
Well,
stars
I was
on
born in the
it.
'90s. They
Me
weren't
too.
people weren't that smart then.
Yeah, they're not putting a floppy disk.
Do you
in your
know
head.
that?
Yes.
There's been government hiding shit for years.
I mean, I guess they do chip animals, and like
Yes, I know
after you, aren't you put in like that room with the window? After
Yeah.
you're born, and
What are
like
they
you're
doing in the
alone,
window
like your
room?
parents aren't there.
That's
You're
not
just
a
by
window room.
yourself. Like
it's an
they
AI
chip,
room.
Identifying
room.
the aliens.
chip room.
Okay, so we all know who Elon Musk is. He's pretty dope. I think he's doing some pretty cool stuff.
He's a
To
cool
try
guy.
and aid the.
Give us Teslas.
For the most part, he's trying to aid the fucking human race, right? He's trying to help us. He's trying to figure out a better way of doing things.
But not his children because he names them weird shit.
Yeah, he is a fucking. But that's the thing with like really, really smart people is they're kind
They're
of
often
fucked up.
pretty fucking weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know some.
Side question. Yes or no? No debate.
Okay.
Everybody has to answer.
Okay.
Yes.
Elon Musk knocks on your door tonight
Yes.
and says, "Are you going on the moon mission tonight?" Or no, you cannot say goodbye to anybody, and we're not telling anybody where you went.
Yes.
Do you go? Yes or no?
For sure.
Can I just like? Can I come back?
I said, do you go? Yes
Yeah,
or no?
You can't ask any questions.
You don't.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
go.
go.
And you do not know if you return, and you can't say goodbye to anybody. Would you go?
The moon, right?
I would have.
Mars, because that's
Mars.
that's where his colonization's going.
No.
That's what he's been talking about. Is for
No,
his colonization.
fuck, dude. But living on Mars would suck dick.
Yeah, would you be the first colonization on Mars?
Have
It
you heard?
depends. Do I have my
I
cat
don't need
now or
my
not?
genes there.
If I have my cat, then no. If I don't, then yes.
Have you heard of Elon Musk's plans for Mars right now?
No.
I think it was him who tweeted it out, saying that he wants people to take out loans to fly to Mars, and there'll be jobs there to work it off. And people are like, that is literally slavery.
Yeah.
Like, people have done that in the past. Like, we'll take you this new land, you work the rest of your life to pay off the debt for us.
That's whole
That
shit.
sounds miserable.
Yeah, you're the first like fucking human species on
Yeah.
And you're a
Mars.
slave to Elon Musk
Yeah,
to
that's
just do
bullshit.
whatever
That's
he wants.
literally what it
That
was like in
sucks.
Alaska.
Fuck
They were
that.
offering anybody free land, but you have to farm it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same thing.
Okay, so Elon Musk, right?
Yes.
He's creating a chip in the brain. It's called Neuralink.
I love
Right.
it. I
And he
love
has-
that name.
He has good intent. It is a dope name.
It's
He has good
Neuralink.
No,
Yeah.
he doesn't.
He does have good
He
intentions.
does not.
It seems like on the
think he
surface.
does.
I
Listen,
feel like he's just like so smart and like just loves inventing. Like that's his thing.
Yeah.
He does. I don't know if he cares for the environment. I don't know if he really cares if people like land on Mars and start living there. But I genuinely think he just loves to invent and create and like do things, and he has the money to do that.
He could be a fucking alien, and I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
He's
no.
so smart.
Him and
That
Boone.
entire family.
Yeah, him and Boone.
So I have some arguments against Boone's whole fucking. I do realize there is a lot of risk.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily trust the government.
No.
I also,
But I also-
really don't want the government in my head.
I also
That's
hate
why
headphones.
I wouldn't be fucking patient zero. I definitely wouldn't be patient zero. But even at that point, even if you're not patient zero, they just wait until everyone fucking does it and then just control us all, like fucking in the SpongeBob movie when Plankton has the buckets that go over people's head,
Yeah.
and like he's able to control them
That's-
or whatever.
If you were waiting for reviews, if the government controls the people they've chipped, they're all going to give good reviews.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
it does not matter
Five
if you're
stars on
patient
Google.
0 or patient 1 billion,
yeah,
because they're all going to give good reviews.
yeah.
5 out
true.
of 5.
So there is definitely a lot of risk, but I think the reward is more important than the risk, in my opinion.
What's the reward though?
I think Boone and I both disagree.
What is the reward?
Yeah,
What's
like,
the reward
my thinking,
that you're
like,
getting for this?
Because if the Neuralink, it's just like a music thing, right?
That's where it's starting off.
Okay, well,
But
yeah.
he intends
right
other things
now,
with
if
it.
we're just focusing on music, the reward, not having to bring headphones anywhere.
Fuck yeah!
Getting to listen to music while writing exams, because how are they going to turn the chip off? You can do
Yeah.
whatever the hell you want.
True.
That's worth putting a chip in your brain
No.
that
Yes.
somebody else programmed?
I wonder, too, because eventually
you'd have all the
so
information.
much information about your, like...
Says who you'd have all the fucking information.
Okay,
They
well,
can hold
no.
back whatever they want.
Okay, Boone.
And you wouldn't know one way or
Like,
the other.
it's kind of scary, but at the same time, what else do we really have to lose?
Boone, I want you to
A lot.
Everything. Carly.
Boone and Sean, I want you guys to work together to come up with all of the reasons you believe this isn't needed or wanted, and it's a dangerous thing to deal with.
Yeah.
And I will come up with my stuff after.
And I'll give you a minute to think about it while I ask Evan. You take a chip in your brain with no knowledge of what it can actually do, with the sole promise that you can have a conversation with Arby whenever you want. Would you take the chip? You can talk to Arby whenever you want, but you have no idea what else is in the chip.
Oh man.
You guys think about what you want.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd do it.
So
Ask
they
me a
could
question.
they could literally turn you in
Dude, I'm
to
already
a Cybertron.
No, dude, I'm already kind of fucked. Like, it's not gonna get much worse than it already
you
is.
could turn into a mass murderer, but as long
I
as you
would
can talk to
love
Arby,
that.
it's okay.
Who says I'm not already a mass murderer?
I don't know.
MDC stands for murder.
Mega.
Dick cleanser.
Yeah. I will cleanse your penis and then murder you.
All right, do you guys have some?
Yeah. I got
Talk to
my
Arby
argument.
about it.
All right, Sean, you can go first.
Okay, here's my main argument, I think.
Okay.
Okay? So, because they could do whatever they want with it, right? Like, there's no way you can prove that.
Right.
If you
Yeah.
would chip,
Right.
like, unless you have, like, the actual source code and the knowledge to decode all that, you
Right.
don't know what's going in your brain.
Right.
True.
And I think most people don't realize how easily manipulated people can be.
But do you not think
Like-
that AI knowledge would give us the ability to overcome that?
Well, who's
Absolutely
saying they're
not.
giving you that knowledge?
because they're programming you with whatever they
They're
want.
promising you, oh, you'll have all this knowledge. They give you exactly what they want, and
But that's what they have to back up. Is like you are, like no one else is going to do it unless it's backed up very well.
I get his point.
but
though.
you can
Yeah,
they can
no, I
fake
understand that.
anything because there's no way
Yeah.
to prove it,
Or-
right? Unless
and
you had the original, like unless you were part of it.
Like
Yeah.
they always feed us knowledge all the time. Like Sean will talk about something he's never talked about, and he'll get ads for it on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like they already do it a little bit. If it was in your brain, it would be
Yeah,
like,
And it
all the
goes
time.
it goes a lot deeper than that, and I think people don't even realize it. Like
Right.
they've done studies that like Facebook, they can promote certain things that can actually change your political views and your actual values.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Like
I
you don't
agree.
even realize it. Just scrolling through your phone can change like who you are and what you believe.
Yeah. No. I
So a
definitely
little
agree.
chip in your brain, like you might think like, oh, it'll tell you to do bad things. It might just give you little nudges,
yeah.
just towards certain
Right,
things,
right.
and they
So,
can completely change the way you
Yeah.
think about things,
Yeah.
Subliminal shit.
and make you
What's
just
the word?
completely.
Subliminal.
Yeah, exactly.
that word.
Just subtle things that push you towards this ideology.
And
Right.
Evan's the exact guy they're going to manipulate. They tell you, we're going to put this chip in your brain so you can talk to Arby and Kat.
And I'm like,
you're-
yes!
Yes! And then suddenly you're a Nazi.
Yeah.
Because they
Actually,
can
yeah.
do whatever they want.
I wanted to bring that up actually, because people tend to think of like propaganda as this big, like, obvious thing, right? Like,
No, propaganda is constant.
it's so subtle.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get
Like,
that.
no one
It's
went like,
all around
like
us right now.
Hitler didn't go like, "Hey, we're all gonna kill Jews and millions of people." No, they just
He changed their
slowly
mind.
built this idea that like, oh, these people are bad, we're the good ones, and just slowly over time they just
Yeah.
manipulate them to think a certain way.
Yeah.
And just these subtle little differences can
Be a huge thing.
totally change, everything.
Evan, you just wait. Boone, your argument, go.
To be honest with you, Sean basically covered most of what I was going to say.
Yeah, thought
which
so
was-
because they're same brain sometimes.
Yeah, and that was exactly my point, was that anything, whatever they sell you that this thing can do, there's no way you can know what it actually does.
No.
Before it does it.
Right.
So
But
no matter
when
what
it
the possible reward, it could never possibly be worth the risk.
I'm with the two of you.
Yeah.
You like
You've convinced me too.
it.
hold on.
Hold on.
Hold up.
Let me
I
talk.
Still have my argument.
Let me talk.
Evan still has some
Okay,
bullshit.
Yeah.
I want to say something in support of both of you. Actually,
Yeah.
the two of you have convinced me that I don't want a chip in my brain, right? But how do I know there's not one in there already? Because there's no way to ever know.
Okay.
That's right. There's no way to know, so you have to assume that as of right now you don't have one, and
Or-
act the way that you think that you should, and avoid getting another one.
Well, there's no.
Yeah.
it's
Wait,
like,
wait.
The
I
thing
wanna
with
say
this
something.
Neuralink is right now there is a big scar, right? And when you were born, that was 20 years ago. There's no scar, right?
True.
Well, I mean, some
Probably.
people have scars.
Fuck.
Yeah,
There we go.
Boone's got a big scar on his
dude,
head.
there's a massive scar on my dick.
They put a chip in your dick.
Yeah.
They know who who you fucked.
Fuck.
I mean, at the same time, I still want the music, so I could probably
Okay.
do it because it'll
Yeah.
probably become normal.
Okay, so then do you choose the music?
What do you mean?
If
Yeah.
this chip is in your head, do you just choose the music? And if so, how?
I hope it's like brain wavelengths. Boone,
It
are
plays
you
what you
okay?
want to hear?
What are you doing?
I'm good.
Boone thinks he's got a chip in his
He
head.
had a
He
bodacious
doesn't.
long rip.
You do not have a chip. It's Evan didn't say that.
Boone, you wouldn't be so against all this shit and so radically fucking
Yeah,
insane.
they
if you had a
wouldn't let
chip
you
in
do
your head.
that.
They wouldn't let you be so
Come
against
on.
the government.
He's breathing heavily because he knows he's a fucking alien.
Yeah, it's okay, Boone. It's not. You don't have a chip. None of us have chips.
Okay, I need to.
Technology wasn't
Yeah,
good enough.
sorry,
I want to
I'm
hear
gonna let
Evan's
Evan go.
argument.
Okay, so there is actually important reasons why this should happen.
Okay.
People without permission, really, or like without thinking about it, are producing AI that isn't in our control. They are producing AI that is entirely fucking. It's on its own, right? It's independent. When AI becomes independent, they have unlimited learning, right? Essentially, they have unlimited learning. They are a robot that can produce knowledge.
Yeah.
We need to combat that. because people are making that either way.
Yeah.
They're making that either way.
Yeah. What time are we at?
We're at 1 hour and 4 minutes.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Whatever.
Keep going.
That's not good. They can take over. Elon Musk, pretty much, he's like, I seen him on a podcast on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was like,
"And we're competition. Fuck you."
No, don't say that.
He's basically saying that AI is not a good thing. It's gonna take over. It doesn't like what we're doing to it. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, agreed.
And we need to do something to combat that.
Yeah.
Which would be a form of AI that we're in control of. Which I do.
Such thing.
No, yeah, I do. I understand the risk to it. I understand that we're essentially putting control in someone else's hand. That's the risk. That's the risk. But as far as I'm concerned, the only thing that's negative about this, when you take all your guys' opinions and simplify it, is a lack of trust, right? And I understand the lack of trust. I get that.
Yeah.
But we have other things to think about. Like, he intends, as what he says, he intends to cure conditions such as dementia, Parkinson's, and spinal cord injuries.
I mean,
how
that's
fucking
true.
crazy would that be?
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, like if I had that, then I'd take the chip.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
His long-term ambition is to start the age of superhuman cognition, in part to combat AI and the potential that has the potential to destroy the human race.
Yeah.
So, do we
Okay,
wait for AI to show up and then get destroyed, or do we integrate AI into our own mind in order to combat what's going to come up
We're
already
gonna stop
anyway?
there. Boom.
This isn't a good scenario to fight fire with fire, Evan. You don't fight AI by putting it in your brain.
So how do you fight it?
You don't make it.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, okay, but
It's
what's stopping
inevitable
people
that
from
we
doing
will.
that anyways? It's inevitable.
Okay, I want to say this. You're saying fight AI with AI, right? How do you know?
No, I'm saying fight AI with a union of AI and biological knowledge and instinct.
And
Cyborg.
How do you know
Cyborgs
that the
versus
government
robots.
isn't convincing you that that is the AI?
But that's
Yeah.
what you
That
don't
you're
know.
afraid of.
That's what you don't know. That's the risk you have to take.
Yeah,
But
so
that's
then you're
not-
just the
it's-
guy
it's-
taking
It's a
AI.
risk you absolutely don't.
But it's
have
not
to.
necessarily a fucking choice we're allowed to make. It's because, like, if this starts and there
If it's
is
not
gonna
a
be,
choice we're allowed to
It
make.
is gonna.
No.
It is gonna
Dude.
happen.
No, look, but listen, like, if not necessarily that it isn't a choice that we can make, but not in that way.
Yeah.
But imagine, right? There is going to be people like me who
100%.
do put it in their brain. There's going to
Me
be a lot
too.
of people who do it, right?
I'll do it.
What, like, imagine being at work, right? Okay, and say this chip is developed enough to produce unlimited knowledge. It basically gives you the internet at your fingertips, but not only you don't have to search it, you just have to think about it and you fucking know about it, right? Imagine trying to compete with that in not only society, but personally, work, or even
Okay,
like imagine
pause.
trying to date someone
Boone,
that has.
you can rebuttal.
What option do you have?
I have a rebuttal against
Okay,
that.
stop. Sean, you can talk. Evan, shut up.
Are you even like an individual at that point? If everyone has this chip
You're
that
not-
gives them all knowledge,
You're not
you
superior.
don't have unique experiences. Like,
Yeah,
or
you
knowledge.
do. That's,
Okay.
that's the beautiful thing about it, is it's a union between artificial intelligence and non-artificial intelligence.
Okay, I think we should end this argument and do it at a different time.
Why?
Like, we're just getting into this.
Yeah,
This is
because
good.
we're just getting
No,
into this.
We've got more to say.
I got
I've got
work
more.
tomorrow.
Fair
It's
enough.
already 10:15 p.m. Yes, Sean.
Are we doing AI part 2? Or
We
we'll
gotta
come
do
back
an
more
AI
researched?
part 2 with more
I need
research.
to mention that this device,
Oh boy.
I don't want to waste this fucking very valuable research that I've done, because I don't ever do research. This device is a tiny probe in your brain with more than 3,000 electrodes attached to flexible threads that are thinner than the human hair
That's not that thin. My hair's thick.
in your brain.